I'm live, I'm live. I'm putting you on my tripod here, so there's nobody here yet. Ooh, hopefully I don't mess anything up. And you're now on my tripod. Um, Nobody here yet, so I can figure this out. You guys are in our backyard. Trailer behind me. I'm going live. I don't have my glasses on yet, so if anybody is gonna say anything yet, just give me 1 second. I have notes. I have glasses. Hi, good morning. Virginia, hi. I read that without my glasses. Good morning, how are you? Okay, here's my glasses and here's my notes and a pen. Good morning. Hi, guys. Okay, let me put my glasses on so I can see who you guys are. Happy book club day. I'm so excited. Hi, Kara. Okay, I haven't actually got you guys sat down yet. You're on the tripod. I'm sitting on the wicker chair that I painted that I will show you guys in just a while. I am happy to see you guys too. It's been a month. Like, my gosh, it's been a crazy month for me. Excuse me while I'm trying to still figure out the tripod here. Okay. Crooked. It's been a really weird month for me, no joke. So I'm very happy to see you, very happy to see all of you guys here. Hi, you didn't read the book, Trudy? I didn't, I'll tell you guys, I haven't finished the book. This is gonna be like a weird book club discussion because you guys are going to need to tell me what happened. So let me just get the tripod right because I'm always like running a little bit late, which like really irritates Eddie. And so I was trying not to be too late, and that's why I don't really have things like set up totally. So, but I'm still here. I still want to discuss the book with you guys, and I just don't want the tripod to fall over. And we're almost there. Thank you, Daria. Hi, Daria. I got your guys' card. That was so awesome. Hi, Joyce. Hands free. Okay, as long as I don't move too much, I think we're good. So my hair is all cray cray because it's Sunday morning. I thought it was gonna be super cold out here, so I brought this super ginormous sweater. Hi, Danielle and Keisha. You guys are the best. You guys are just the best. See this scarf though? This is the one that someone sent me. Oh, that's not gonna work. This is the one that someone sent to me from Idaho that I love. Okay, sorry. Now I'll set you guys up again on my tripod. Okay, so obviously I can't move that much. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad you're here, even for the fun. So out of all the people that are here, it looks like there's 18 people here. Who actually made it through the whole book? We're talking about The House Swap by Rebecca Fleet. Who made it through the full book? Raise your hand, say me. I do have book club discussion questions anyway, even though I didn't make it through the whole book. Virginia finished it, good job. Joyce, good job. Lisa, hi Lisa. Lisa, did you finish the full book? Kara finished it. Daria, all three of you guys finished it. Shanda did. Danielle finished the book. Virginia loved it. Awesome. That is good to hear. Okay, so it looks like we're kind of, Teresa finished it. Lisa finished it last night. That's what I was trying to do, and obviously I didn't. So, so it looks like we have probably 2/3 of the people maybe who finished the book, right? Excuse my nose. This is live. I'm so happy to be here, you guys, because it's been such a crazy month for me. So here's the deal. You're loving it, but you haven't finished it then, okay? So I have had a really crazy, crazy month, mentally and emotionally. I had problems concentrating on the book in like the first like 2 to 3 weeks of the month. I don't think it was the book. I think it was me. I totally like just could not focus. I could not concentrate. So that is why I didn't finish the book. I'm reading it now and I love it. It does, I'm finding, as other people have said, it does go a little bit slow. So it's not a super fast read. It's not like an edge of your seat, like you got to be there for every kind of second book. But I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. So since I have not finished the book, Keisha, you loved it. It's funny because I'm seeing online, I tried to gather some information so that I could have an educated discussion even though I haven't finished the book. And from what I'm reading online, people really like it. And some people just don't because it just moved too slow. And also from what I read that the stuff, yeah, slow in the beginning, Joyce, and then it picks up later, and then you really loved it. So that's kind of where I'm at because I'm at about 50% through the book. So first of all, there are some twists and turns, right? I know there's at least a couple. You hated the husband, Danielle. He was. Um, so first of all, I'm going to have you guys fill me in on the end, okay? So spoiler alert for the rest of you guys that haven't read it, so that we can actually discuss the book in its entirety. Let's go ahead and go through, and someone please tell me what happened. First of all, I would have left the husband, says Danielle, and Keisha, you guys don't like the husband. He was an addict, and he was kind of checked out of the marriage a lot, I would say. Next vacation, stay in a hotel. Okay, so the gist of the story then is, I'll tell you guys what I know. I couldn't believe the husband was a therapist either. He was like, he needed to take his own therapy education. Um, you know what? Okay, you just gave me a clue, Daria. The mother hung herself in the house. You guys, see, I didn't get that far. I did not get that far. Holy crap. So I'm at the point where they're staying in the house and they had the little argument. It wasn't an argument, but they were at the art gallery or the science museum. Holy crap, you guys, that is so weird. That's really weird that we're reading this book with all of the suicide things that are surrounding us right now. I did not know that's what happened. That's so you guys are talking Caroline hung herself in the house? In the house that she was vacationing in? Is that what happened? Oh my gosh. Because I'm at the point where they're in the house vacationing and they just went to the science museum, and she got the text from the whisperer. If you guys are listening to the book audibly, the creepy narrator is like whispering everything. So she got the email message from the whisperer, and then the mother of the dead girl, the other intruder person. It was a sad ending. Caroline killed a girl with her car, and the girl's mother was the one in Caroline's house. Oh. Caroline hit and killed someone, and the mother is the one that swapped houses? Is that right? That narrator was so creepy. How does... Okay, you guys got me thinking. So, okay. So it wasn't Carl in the house, which is what I was thinking the whole time. Caroline didn't want to drive. Okay. So Caroline did not want to drive because at some point in the past, she hit and killed someone, a little girl, right? That's why she doesn't like to drive. And then it's the girl's mother who swaps the house, right? I thought it was a man too. It wasn't man narrator. That is very misleading. She saw the reflection in the picture that it was a woman in the house. She was drunk driving. So she had her problem too, not just her husband with the pills then. Carl took the fall for her? You guys? This is so bizarre. Okay, so Caroline was driving a car. Carl was with her and he took the blame. Caroline killed a girl while drunk driving, but Carl took the fall for it and went to jail for several months. Then, oh, Carl, not Francis. Nothing happened to Eddie? Lisa said, I kept thinking something was going to happen to Caroline's son. Carl loved Carolyn, but she was no good for him. No kidding, right? Carl loved her. I thought it was Carl that was in the house. Eddie's fine. You guys just blew my mind. I'm still going to listen to the book from where I'm at. I'm still going to finish it, but you guys just blew my mind. So, Eddie was a loser. The little boy, did you just call a little boy a loser? Carl was living with the neighbor, Amber. I wondered where Amber fit into the picture. Amber was very insecure. I'm really glad I had the audiobook too, because that creepy voice, that was misleading but very interesting. What, Keisha? So Francis is the loser. Francis is the loser husband. Carl is the man Caroline had an affair with, and Carl loved Caroline. Did Caroline love Carl? She thinks she did. Carl told Amber all about her. Oh, Francis. Okay. Eddie was the son. Okay. I was like, poor Eddie. How can you bag on Eddie? What did Eddie do? Amber looked like Caroline. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The mother. Who was the mother? The mother was staying in Francis and Carolyn's house. The mother was not Amber, was it? Amber was going out with Carl later. Is that right? Amber told the mother that was her neighbor. Oh. Carl's new girlfriend was creepy too. Carl doesn't really love her. That's Amber. Who continually bothers someone on holiday in the neighborhood just for a week? Amber, right? You guys are like, yes, no, about Carl and Caroline. What? Tell me. I don't think they named the mother. Oh, so Amber was not the mother. Amber told the mother. Interesting. Caroline did have a physical relationship to Carl, addiction relationship. Carl needed something to do, but you guys said Carl loved Carol. Francis kept secrets. The mother told Francis all about the killing, and he kept it to themselves. Francis did? So the mother knew that Caroline killed the daughter, even though Carl took the fall for it. Why was Amber stalking Caroline? Because she was an ex, huh? Amber was kind of freaky. You guys, I did not expect any of this. Any of this. Okay. So let's go through this. I didn't know that Francis knew either. Okay. Okay, so sometime in the past, when Caroline was having an affair with Carl, Caroline drove drunk in a car and hit a little girl and killed the little girl. Carl took the fall. The clothes in the house were the dead girl's, not Amber's. Okay. So it was a teenage girl that Caroline hit and killed while she was drunk driving. The mother told Francis that Caroline hit and killed the little girl. So Francis knew that Caroline hit and killed the little girl, even though, hi Sally, even though Carl took the fall for it. Okay, I got that part. Okay, so we're up to speed on that. So I'm assuming that at that point, Caroline and Carl split up because he went to jail, right? Because he took the blame on Caroline's behalf because he loved her that much? And he went to jail? He loved her that much? I thought it was just like an office fling. Okay, so I'm getting that. And then I'm trying to piece this together. I can't believe I only made it halfway. So she left him then. And then Amber told the mother. How did Amber know where Caroline was living? How did she know how to swap houses? Um, Amber knew where Caroline was living because of Carl, because they got together later, right? So where is Carl in all of this? The girl that died in the car accident was wearing a green scarf, and her mother hung herself with the same scarf in Amber's house, or in Caroline's house. So the mother of the daughter that Caroline killed, the mother went to see Francis as a therapist on false pretenses and told him, so he knew that Caroline killed the little girl. So the mother swaps houses with Caroline and killed herself in Caroline's house with the little girl's scarf. Oh, Carl was on business working out of town the whole time? Carl told the girlfriend, and then the mother moved close to Carl. My mind is blown. So Carl was out of town this whole time that the house swapped happened. Wow. Just wow. And then the mom committed suicide with her daughter's scarf. She wanted to kill Eddie. I don't blame her. Until the last day, the girl that died was about 17, okay? And so the mom killed herself. She couldn't bring it to do. So the mom couldn't bring herself to kill Eddie, so she killed herself instead. And Caroline found her when she came back. Oh, wow. That's terrible, you guys. The mother was stalking Carl because she thought he did it. And then Amber told her the truth. Oh. So the mother was after Carl until she found out that it was actually Caroline who killed it. And then the mother wanted to kill Eddie to get revenge, but she couldn't do it in the end, so she hung herself because she wanted the pain to end. That is so sad. You guys, this book is so sad, and I'm only halfway through. Okay, and are there any other twists and turns, or did I get pretty much all of it? Amber told the girl's mom. Does the girl's mom have a name? The girl's mom that's living in Caroline's house? Does anybody know that? Does the girl's mom have a name, and does the girl have a name so that we can reference them? I can't believe Carl was out of town on business this whole time. So there's no name. No name for the mom. No name for the teenage girl that died. Okay. Okay. Did Caroline have the drunk driving accident? How could Francis keep it a secret that he knew what Caroline did? Right? Do you think that Francis took all those pills because he was trying to deal with how the fact that his wife hit and killed someone drunk driving? It was scary that she was so close to Eddie and Caroline's mom. Carl and Caroline met up again at the end. Where was Francis? So you guys haven't told me all the twists and turns. I love this book so much, and I'm only halfway through. You guys are the best. It happened after he had been on the pills. Oh. Yeah, Francis was in a lot of pain. He was addicted before the accident, though. Okay. During the time of the vacation, though, he wasn't on the pills, right? And Caroline was kind of losing it because she was being like sort of stalked by the mom. He relapsed. Yeah, he was definitely an addict, and he had depression. Yeah, yeah. You guys, some of these things like hit so close to home, but I never would have saw that ending coming. Like, so bizarre. So by the time Francis learned about the accident, he was already in remission, okay? Francis left for a walk, and Caroline got a text from Carl asking her to meet him. Okay, but she got an actual text from Carl because the mother was sending emails to Caroline, right? Hi, Bobby. You may be late, but I'm confused. So after he came home on business, Carl texted Caroline and they wanted to meet up. Okay. So, but during the book, the majority of the book, the mother was sending emails to Caroline, right? She was kind of sending those creepy, weird emails. And Caroline thought they were from Carl. Okay. Okay. It would have been interesting, yes, to give more background on Francis and his addiction. Lisa, dang, I wish I could have finished the second half. Bobby, in case you are wondering, I'm about halfway through the book, so everybody just kind of filled me in on what happened on the last part, and my mind is blown. I'm like, oh, wow. She knew so much, she pretended to be him. Oh, okay. The mom, whose daughter died, knew so much that she pretended to be Carl because she knew she could freak out Caroline by pretending to be Carl in the emails. Got it. Okay. So, what happened when Carl and Caroline met up at the end? Was it before or after the mom hung herself? The mother took all of the family photos and cut out Caroline's face. She did? I read the part about the mother cutting all of Caroline's clothes. I read that. So they met up before. Okay. Where was Francis when Carl and Caroline met up? They had a long hug. Okay. And then what? Because the way Caroline made it sound when she thought the emails were from Carl, she made it sound like she didn't want anything to do with Carl anymore. Ever. Like, that's a part of my life I don't want to go back and revisit. So, why did she agree to meet up with him? And what happened besides they had a long hug? Then what? I wonder if this is on like time delay or something because I'm asking you guys questions, or is it a question that nobody knows the answer to? Hmm. I wonder if they didn't have a child with the marriage. No, I don't think so. So they had closure basically, Bobby? Okay. Who at an A wait, they met at an AA meeting? Oh my gosh. This is so bizarre, you guys. So bizarre. All of those planted reminders in the house, the music, the flowers, the picture made her reminisce about Carl. Yes, for sure. So they just kind of made amends for closure. Okay, so they didn't get back together or anything. It was at a coffee shop. Okay. Where does AA come into it? Who was at AA? They don't really have a marriage now. Francis isn't a good husband and not romantic. Francis is, for a therapist, he's not very emotional at all. So that, yeah, that made Caroline ache for Carl. But on the other hand, she said she didn't want anything to do with him. She didn't want him to be part of her life. It was a part of her life she didn't want to revisit, right? You there? Yeah. I don't know anything about AA either, but somebody said AA. Maybe it was a typo. I thought they met at an AA group. I was like, what? Maybe, sorry, my nose is running. Maybe that was a typo. Guys, what a weird book. Yeah, she didn't want anything to do with Carl because it reminded her of her secret that she killed someone. The mother stole items from Amber and Carl's house, such as Carl's cologne that she planted in her house for Carol to find. Okay, she wanted him, she loved him, but she didn't want to remember the murder. Yeah. Francis went to find. Oh, Francis went to find an AA meeting. Oh, so are you telling me that when Caroline and Carl met at the meeting, Francis went to find an AA meeting? Is that right? When Caroline and Carl met up at the end, Francis wasn't there because he was looking for an AA meeting. That's weird. That's weird, but good for him, I guess, right? Kara says yes. Okay. That kind of, he went to meetings regularly. Oh. So at least he tried, yeah. So really, there is, from what I'm getting, Was it NA or AA? That's a good question. Caro, you loved her nickname? They did call her Caro in the audiobook too. After he saw Carl across the street, they got in a big fight, Francis and Amber. He went to a meeting and she met the guy he was trying to fix their relationship. I love the nickname too, maybe NA. So Francis saw Carl across the street and they got into an argument about it, I'm sure. Because so Francis knew that she was having an affair back then, and he actually knew who it was with, and he knew what Carl looked like then. Okay. This is all sinking in for me, guys. This is a a really good book. I really am definitely going to finish it probably in the next couple days now. It sounds really good. The one thing I'm not finding any closure on is, so the gist of the ending is that the mother of the daughter that Caroline killed herself. I also didn't realize the Brits use X with my cousins use it all the time with me. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you guys something about that part. He's what, Bobby? He's what? Okay. So the mother killed herself at the end, and that's it. That's all we get. So we don't know what happened. Okay, wait. Number one, the mother killed herself at the end because she couldn't take the pain anymore. Number two, Caroline and Carl met up and had some closure to their relationship. And number three, we have no closure or no idea what happens with Francis and Caroline's marriage. That's it, right? Danielle, it's funny. Okay, it's funny. I'll tell you guys what I was thinking about the XO thing. I started doing it together. They stay together, but there's no closure on on what happens. Like, are they gonna be good together? Okay, so I wrote down a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about, and one of them is, thank you, Danielle. It's OPI. Caro and Francis stayed together and worked it out. Why does that seem like a letdown to me? I mean, the other parts of the book I get, but it just seems really like non-ending. Yeah, they have a fake relationship. It seems really non-ending to me that they literally just stayed together and worked it out. Like, is it because we always expect every book to have a horrible, terrible ending, and so it can just end like real life? So here's what I did about the XO thing. I actually went online. At the very end of the book is Caroline coming home and walks in the bedroom, and there is the mother hanging from the green scarf. That's the end of the book. The hanging was the total ending. So we don't even get to know how Caroline felt about the hanging of the mother or how Carl felt about the hanging. And you're right, Danielle, they're not even emotionally connected. They have Eddie. They have Eddie, that's it. Right? You think they worked Bobby says she thinks they worked through it all and kept it together. That wasn't the total ending. So the total ending was that the mom killed herself, and that's what Caroline found. Their relationship was built on lies. The ending was when they stayed together several years later. They are both disconnected and no trust and secrets. So I'm picking up some things from you guys. So the total ending of the book is when Caroline walks in and sees the mother has hung herself with a green scarf. However, before that total ending, Francis and Caroline have already shown that they are going to stay together and work things out, regardless of whatever kind of weird relationship they have then. Okay. But we never get to find out. Caroline and Francis do seem lost. Yeah, but how many marriages are like that, do you think? And people stay together just out of habit. So, can someone answer my question then? Hanging was before the Francis Caroline together. Okay. Hey, Eddie. Eddie's in the house. There are a couple of pages after that, but nothing big is explained. The ending is when they sold the house, when the mom killed herself. She already heard the ending, Eddie Almanza. Oh, is Eddie here? Eddie must be in the room. Sorry, I didn't see that. Hi, Eddie. I'm like, Eddie's in the house. Eddie, your fans are here. And no, Eddie did not read the book, but so they said, wouldn't you sell the house? I would sell the house if some, yeah, if that mom, there's Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Eddie did not read the book, but yesterday when we drove to Malibu, he had to listen to a good part of the book. Hi, Anita. So he did listen to a good part of the book with me yesterday. I was trying really, really hard to get it read, but I did not. And now I'm super duper intrigued. See, Eddie was forced to listen to some of that. And so what I was going to tell you guys about the XO stuff, I actually yeah, he was not excited. I actually researched online what XO means. So to most of us, XO is a kiss and a hug. Hi, Jeanette. So the X is the kiss because of the lip thing, and the 0 is the hug because when you put your arms around someone, that's the hug. So XO is hug for most of it, right? See, Eddie, Virginia said her husband got to hear all about it too. Hi, N is for nurse. So I researched the XO thing, and for most of us, X is the kiss, and O is the hug. In China, if you use an OOXX or an XXOO, that means sex. In Australia, they use just the X, and I guess the British do too. They use just the X to mean kiss. So starting yesterday, I started every single text message that I was texting Eddie, I started putting XO, just because that's what I got out of the book. And you guys, I'm going to do it until it drives him crazy. We have like a little secret, go China, right? At least they know what they want. Eddie and I worked out a little secret like XO code for different kinds of, stuff. So has anyone ever participated in a house stuff? Uh, Eddie's like, you missed some cool videos with him. He made some awesome pasta and chicken. But I think I showed that video, but I did not show a cook with me. Who agrees that we need to have an Eddie cook with me video very soon? I think so. And what would you like him to make? I know, he just totally hijacked the book discussion. But I had to tell you guys the XO thing because I'm going to do, like, see, Lisa wants a cook with me, Eddie. But I had to, and Lisa want to cook with me, Eddie. But I had to tell you guys about the XO thing because I'm not kidding. XXOOXX. Of course he's gonna love that. Eddie's like back to the book. See, Eddie, everyone wants a cook with Eddie, so you must do that soon and make something super delicious. It doesn't even have to be Weight Watchers friendly, but it's easier for me if it is, and probably the rest of the guys. But I'm literally going to do the XO thing on every single text message until it drives him crazy. How long will that take, Eddie? Me putting XO on every text message until it drives you crazy. So I actually, see, Virginia loves your cook with me's. Eddie, you totally hijacked a book club discussion that you have not even listened to the book to. But nor have I. So this is cracking me up, you guys. Okay, you guys, everybody that said they want, Eddie is doing the videos for all the husbands out there, all the husbands who have to listen to all the audiobooks and listen to all the points on all the food that we Weight Watchers women eat, right? Eddie represents that group. See, everybody wants to cook with me. Now you guys give Eddie some ideas for what he should cook. And meanwhile, I'll go back to the book. That was actually such a cool book. Yeah, see, Eddie's like he's not like super into Weight Watchers, but he knows all about it. He knows all about it from me. He knows how to count foods and stuff, but chicken parmesan, Eddie, that's what Bobby wants you to make. That sounds good. Chicken parmesan. Okay, I do still have more book club discussions. Yeah, did you guys do your little book club thing again? Daria and guys? And I can't remember who. There's 3 of you in that book club. Did you do your book club discussion before this one? And what did you guys do? What did you eat? What did you have? What did you drink? I think it'd be so fun to do it in person. So, no, but he's here. So, here's some questions for you guys. Let's talk about why do you think that they chose the narrator? Larry's about to vote now for this month. Oh, good, because it's a tie, Danielle. It's a tie. Eddie's going to listen out the window. Hi, Eddie. We're doing it on the 29th. Oh, you are. So we're a little ahead of you guys this time. Okay. You like this book better than Flight Attendant? I think I do too, even though it's like a little, it is a little slow, but I think it has so many different dynamic relationships, and it doesn't seem like, yeah, there is a tie. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of action and there's not a lot of closure, but also versus Flight Attendant seemed a little too fake for me at the end, so it was like, oh, let's just make everyone a spy. So yeah, Sally didn't like Flight Attendant. Let's make everybody a spy. The whole world is a spy. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so why do you think they chose the character? Everyone is saying behind closed doors. I'll let you guys vote in a minute. Maybe I'm all seeing behind closed doors. So okay, I'll tell you right now. It's a tie between. I wrote it down. I promise. Okay, it's a tie between. So Nightingale got 5. A lot of you guys have already read Behind Closed Doors. Would you read it again? Nightingale got 5 votes. Behind Closed Doors got 8 votes. The Good Daughter got 8 votes. Ghostwriter got 1 and Chalkman got 1. So it is between Behind Closed Doors and The Good Daughter. And from everything I've seen that you guys just posted, it looks like it needs to be Behind Closed Doors. Oh, see now Bobby's like The Good Daughter. Bobby, I think you're outnumbered. And Danielle says Nightingale, The Good Daughter. You guys, now you're making it harder. Now I have to actually write this down. The Good Daughter, The Good Daughter, The Good Daughter. Behind Closed Doors. You guys are hilarious. Okay, at the end of this discussion, we'll give it for everybody who hangs out until the end. We're 37 minutes in. At the very end of the discussion, we will have, let's take a minute. We'll take a full minute to vote. And I actually have a pen here. So I will write down the number of votes. It'll be between Behind Closed Doors and The Good Daughter. Okay? Or Nightingale. Times 25. XO. You guys are cracking me up. Okay, so I think Kara asked, and I'm curious too, have you guys ever done a house swap, or would you ever do a house swap? I have a friend who just actually remodeled a room it's like a downstairs apartment, and she remodeled it. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful that it is an Airbnb that she's renting out now, and she's making money from it. So I know it's not the same thing as a house swap, but would you guys actually do a house swap and consider it? No, Danielle? Wouldn't it be weird to know? If you had a basement, maybe? No, I'm thinking if you had a basement for like an Airbnb, that would be fine. But what about, actually doing a full-on house swap? Everybody's like, no way. You would rent it out if it was separate? Yeah. But would you do an actual house swap where you go, like what if you want to go, like I want to go to Hawaii on vacation. What if I found someone to do a house swap with? Especially not after this book. So nobody would do a house swap? Anybody? Not even if we were able to research, like what if we were able to do a little more research on the family that we're house swapping? This book ended that idea for me. Were you considering it before? That's funny. Because if you were considering it before, I mean. Oh, so if you actually knew the person? No, Daria says. Maybe, Cindy? They would be all up in your personal stuff. Would I? Number one, I don't own my house, so it's not even a possibility for me. But everybody's saying they would go through our stuff. I wouldn't do one. I would have to take all my personal stuff and valuables. Yeah. A friend, maybe stranger. Nope. I think you would really have to prepare yourself. Like the house that Francis and Caroline ended up in is probably the perfect house because it was very void of any kind of personal belongings. Eddie, vote for behind closed doors. Hey Eddie, did you vote on the books yet? Because I'll give you a quick rundown. It's The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, Behind Closed Doors, don't remember the author, The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter, The Ghost Rider by Alessandra Torre, or The Chalkman by C.J. Tudor. So go ahead, vote Eddie. Let's see what you would say. So yeah, I think I would probably have to do it with someone. If I did do an actual house swap, I would have to do it with someone I know. You're right, because you would have to prepare for it so much that. Hey, what about if it was a vacation home though, you guys? Stay loyal, Eddie. Did Eddie vote? Daria asked for his vote, but did he vote? So what if it was like a vacation house though, where you only lived part of the year anyway? It matches the genre, okay? But what if it was a vacation house where you only lived part of the year anyway, so you didn't have all of your personal stuff? You rent your condo when in the winter when you go to Florida. See, so it's kind of the same thing. It's not an actual swap, but it's like an Airbnb kind of, you're renting it, right? So yeah, Kara, see if it was a second home and you didn't have like all your personal stuff there and you could keep it kind of mostly like not as personal. Lake Huron, and you rent it out only to people that you know. A shore condo and we've rented it out and no personal things at all. Yep, take all my personal stuff. So I guess this would totally work if you had like a second home. Yeah. I know they might damage the house beyond what the insurance would cover. I would imagine that anybody that does like Airbnbs or renting out homes like that, renting out second homes or condos or whatever, they probably have some sort of special insurance, don't you think? That would cover any kind of damage that the renters might do. That would be my guess. So I guess our actual question for would you do a house swap, the big final answer is no, because nobody wants people going through our personal stuff. Don't blame me there. And possibly if it was a vacation home and we didn't have a lot of personal stuff there. So that makes sense. Hi, Eddie XO. I just had to throw that in there because I'm seriously going to do that on every text message. You guys are going to laugh. Okay, so what about, here's something about cheating and cheaters and a cheater's relationship, okay? So Caroline cheated on Francis with Carl. And Carl was messed up and he was taking drugs or whatever at the time. But Carl took Caroline back. Would you guys take back a cheating spouse? That's my next question. Uh-oh. Is this a deep question? Joyce says no. I honestly think, so the question is, she cheated because he was an addict? So, I don't know. You can't really blame an action like that. You can't really say, I cheated on you because you were an addict and you weren't ever there. Everybody's like, hell no, bye. You're right, Daria. Cheating doesn't necessarily end relationships. It's always something else. It depends on the circumstances, Bobby. He was messed up himself, Chandra. Yeah. So I think it's definitely a case of circumstances. Like, she was a hoe. She was a hoe, kind of, huh? You guys are so funny. I did because we had kids together, but it did not work out in the end. I don't think you know what you will do until it actually happens to you. Maybe. I've been with my husband for 42 years since we were 18. I never did with an ex-husband and it just never worked. Just kidding. It ends unless I'm the cheater. So if you cheat, you get to decide if you want to keep the relationship. Vivian or Teresa is saying yes. I think you guys absolutely, this is a question that you cannot answer unless you are in the situation, because the circumstances would be so, I mean, there's a million different circumstances on why spouses cheat and what it means. I know I'm totally in the danger zone. This is a very interesting question. I went back to mine, but it never worked because the trust was gone. You're right, and Cindy says the same thing too. The trust is broken. So, um, are people willing to overlook that though? Like, do you love someone so much that you overlook the trust thing? You know what I mean? I guess it's a personal priority. If the trust is gone, but the love is still there, do you stay? It's a really individual question, huh? You guys are funny. You guys crack me up. Did you know without trust there is nothing? Without trust there is no love, you think? Love is based on a lot of trust, that is for sure. And it would totally ruin your self esteem. Yeah. I wonder what would happen if both spouses were cheating. Then it's in like a totally different dynamic. I know a lot of couples that are divorced due to cheating. Preach it. Yeah, that's an interesting question, and I find it interesting that even though I didn't finish this book, I'm only halfway through, but I found a lot of topics for discussion because this is a really kind of in-depth book. I know someone who cheated and had a kid with someone else, and the kid Jays. So you know someone who cheated and had a kid with the other person. Are you telling me that the husband um, accepted the kid as his own? That would be tough. 25 and they are still married. Wow. You're right, Virginia. The love might still be there, but the memories of the cheating are there too, and they come to mind at the happiest of times and ruin it. It's sad, huh? It's very individual to so many aspects of the relationship to consider, and also it's very individual as to your religious beliefs. I don't know which of you guys are religious. The wife accepted the kid. That's interesting. You're right, they're just doing time. Isn't that kind of what it seems like Francis and Caroline are doing, though? They're just doing the time. Oh, it's her first love? Wow. Sorry, there's a bug. Do they live in Utah? That was funny. You guys, I grew up in an area with a very strong LDS culture, so that was funny to me. Some people like to brag about the number of years they're married, but their marriage sucks and is punishment for both. That would be tough. It would be really tough. He was messed up. He's way better now. So what about, so that was one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the whole cheating thing. Like they were willing to stay together and try to work it out, Francis and Caroline. What about living with an addict? Okay, so there's a part in the book that I literally just read, and it's about living with an addict. Caroline chose to live with Francis, and she knew that he was an addict. And she said something about when that her therapist told her that when they're up, and you never know how long it's going to last. So living with an addict is like walking on eggshells, I would say, because when they're up and it's happy times, you never know how long that's going to last, and you have to decide, are you willing to put up with it or not? Caroline said she didn't know if she was willing to put up with living with an addict, and so she was kind of in limbo, and maybe she would in the end die and then like lose by default, if that makes sense. So she was trying to live with an addict, but she didn't know if she wanted to live with an addict. What are your guys' opinions on living with an addict or being an addict yourself? That's what I'm curious about. Living with an addict is just about the hardest thing someone can do. Yeah, this is real talk, right? Even though I didn't see, this is what I think. I didn't really finish the book, but she had so many in-depth, like real life questions and real life stories and things that we all have to think about and go through. You know, would you live with an addict? Living with an addict afforded her the freedom to cheat. He didn't care if she was gone when he was high. She said she was addicted to Carl, so it's smaller. She was probably, there are people that are sex addicts, so maybe she was addicted to, or she probably needed the attention that Carl wasn't, or that Francis wasn't giving her. Working in the education system. Lisa, you work in the education system, and she was like a sex addict. I think if you love someone, you would be there. I lived with an addict for 20 years. It's out of your control. It gave her an excuse to cheat. Is that an excuse though? So I think somebody else, I don't know if you are the same person who said that, but I think somebody else said that a while ago too, that she cheated because he was an addict. Is that a reason or an excuse? A lot of time people simply stay together because they financially need each other, but the marriage is really over and they continue because they feel there's no way out. I agree. I'm thankful for this book club because it's proof you can discuss real life issues through fiction. You're right. Fiction is not something less. I love reading a book that actually deals with real life issues because it's things that, a lot of us have been through, and it's just another perspective. Um, I just had a Joann's ad pop up on my video. Anyway, it's just like another, she needed the attention desperately. Yes, she did, because she wasn't getting it at home. But that's still not an excuse to cheat, right? Is it? Or what about from the addict side? Did he have an excuse to be an addict and to take the pills because she was cheating? Are these excuses? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot to think about morally, for starters, too. Like, morally, is pill popping any better? I love fiction so much, too. I do, you guys. The addiction was the excuse because he was really not there for her. And she was hurting so bad, she would take it any way she could. It doesn't, you're right, Bobby, it doesn't make it okay. The book selections have been really good. There's never a good excuse. Just leave the person. You don't have to cheat on them. See? And that's not really like a religious kind of thing. That's kind of a moral code of conduct, right? He was using the addiction as an excuse for the blame game. Never take anything personally. Everyone's reality is their own creation. Read the Four Agreements. I think I read part of the Four Agreements, and it's very deep. It's very deep. So I love fiction so much. I do. I would way, way rather read fiction than any kind of. Eddie's totally into like historical documentary type of stuff, like history, like education stuff. But I, you're right. Kara says people that read have 1,000 lives, and people that don't just have one. I think that reading nonfiction even gives me so much. It is, Joyce. It's a great escape, for one thing. I love being so wrapped up in a story that I can run for hours. That I can go for a drive and really just I focus on the beauty, and then I also get to listen to the really audiobook. Nonfiction puts me to sleep too. It's super boring. Even if I have to learn about history, I love historical fiction. And no, you can't necessarily draw the line between what was fact and what was fiction, but at least with historical fiction, you get a little bit of the education in there. But I do love these books so much. I like the psychological thriller or genre just because I like the twists and turns. My sister read Kevin Hart's book, and she said it was really good, so. But I do like the twists and turns of the psychological thrillers because you don't know what's going to happen. So I guess I would say I like the suspense. But I also like that a lot of times it's about real life people doing real life things that you wouldn't think of. And it is such a way to escape. So I really, really enjoy reading books. And I am loving this book club so much because I love finding people that love to read as much as I do. So the title of Kevin's book, it's on my wish list. It's on my Audible wish list, but I don't remember it. I love this book club so much because you guys help bring to light so much. Like, we still really didn't even go fully into living with an addict. That is like a whole huge other discussion. But I just think it's interesting. An old friend of mine and I used to read all of Jodi Picoult books and Nicholas Sparks, and we discussed them. That's cool. Bobby, you're right. You can't make this up. Oh, I'm so glad I made you a reader. I love it. Oh, is that the title? It is. It says you can't make this shit up. That's what it is, right? Yeah, my sister actually recommended that to me, and it's on my wish list because even though it's not, it's nonfiction. It was funny, she said. Right? Isn't that the title, Bobby? You can't make this shit up. Now I'm gonna get flagged for inappropriate YouTube usage, whatever. Thanks a lot, Kevin Hart. Thanks a lot. So I still back to the book. I still think it's interesting that some of you feel like they're using excuses. So, Bobby, you're cracking me up, Bobby. I think it's interesting that you guys think that they are using, each of them is using the other person as an excuse to do, thank you, Daria, for protesting. Each of the author, or each of the characters in the book is using the other as an excuse to do a behavior that is not okay, right? So in real life, do you think it's okay to use somebody else's behavior to justify your own behavior? Biographies with addiction issues, real life. That I think that would be interesting too. You don't think Francis was using her as an excuse to pop the pills? Yeah, it's definitely not okay, right? Oh, he didn't know at first. That's right. Why was he taking pills then? Why was he taking pills, Bobby? Yeah, it's never okay. But people always do it. They use it as an excuse, you know? You think it's okay sometimes, Danielle? I don't know if it's an okay reaction, but I guess it is, you would consider it a reaction to your circumstances. So he was depressed. He was depressed or something. So he wasn't really even happy in the marriage like from the beginning then, right? I guess I really can't say that because I have problems with depression and it has nothing to do with my marriage. It's my physical makeup, so I can't really say that. So we don't know why he was taking the pills. He was just depressed. He did have easy access to the drugs. True, true, being a therapist. He called them his happy pills. Yeah, I feel like their relationship was really built on lies. It was really wacky, really weird. So we decided it's not okay to use other people as an excuse to justify our own bad behavior. I agree with you there. All right, so you guys, this has been like super. We're 57 minutes in, and I'm trying to keep these to an hour just because I don't want to um, intrude too much on your Sunday time. An addict is just thinking on his next set of pills, etc. They are very disconnected. You're right, Lisa. You're right. When am I going to get, even we'll call them functional addicts, even a functional addict, even if they're at work or whatever they have to do in life, they are thinking, okay, I just need to make it until 5 o'clock and then I can have my pill or whatever. So, yeah, exactly. You know what? I think I'm sadly addicted to food too. Danielle, you know what I think my problem is, honestly? Yeah, now we're talking food addictions. So you're right, because sometimes when you're at work and you are a food addict and you know you're going out to dinner that night. Okay, I love going out to dinner. Um, you're thinking all day about what I'm gonna have at the restaurant, right? So you know what I think my problem is, you guys. I have a very addictive personality. So, yay, Virginia's addicted to all my videos. I love you guys. I think, Rosie, you might be addicted to food also if it's your go-to and it makes you happy, and but we don't know why Francis was an addict. So my problem is I think I have a very addictive personality and my addictions jump from one thing to another. Do you guys experience that? Um, like, for example, you guys know that I drink a lot of wine. So sometimes that is my addiction. I obviously weighed 40 pounds heavier than I do now. So at that point, food was my addiction. Um, I have a job to break everyone's food addiction. My only answer is Weight Watchers. It's all food for you, Joyce. Emotional eating and when you're bored. Yeah, you have to be very aware like every minute of uh, not just like not just what you're eating, but also why. Why are you eating? Doesn't it get very tiring though for you guys to every single time you put something in your mouth, why am I eating? Doesn't it get very tiring that you have to stay so aware like literally every single minute? Weight Watchers helps me a lot. You know what? Me too, Joyce. I love food. I just literally love food, whether I'm being addicted to it at the time or not. And yes, Bobby, it does wear me out. It wears me out to have to actually think about it every single time. I feel like Weight Watchers has been the answer for me because it taught me a way to lose weight healthily, not using my eating disorders. Weight Watchers, you know what? Sometimes I would rather not eat too, Bobby. That's one of the things with intermittent fasting is that when you take away a section of the day that you don't have to eat because you're fasting, it actually kind of really helps mentally. I don't eat until 4 o'clock, and it helps me so much mentally. That's the intermittent fasting part. So, you know what, Danielle? I running has been my addiction too at times. So, my addictions flip from one thing to another to another. And yes, I don't know if you're addicted to food and you want to be addicted to something else. I don't know. Bobby, you are anorexic? I did not know that, girl. We have a lot to talk about. I did not know that. I was also diagnosed as anorexic, and I know there are a lot of. You know what? You're right. Is it an addiction to bad food choices or an addiction to food in general? I didn't know that, Bobby. I was hospitalized for 3 months because of anorexia, and yet I still choose to do intermittent fasting, and it works for me. So I don't know if that's part of the eating disorder mindset or because intermittent fasting just works. So I guess it's very individual, you know. I feel for you, Bobby, whether you were diagnosed or not. Yeah, I know. I know it's a fine line. It's definitely a fine line. So I don't know, but intermittent fasting, I feel intermittent fasting in addition to Weight Watchers, I feel works so well for me because I still am getting my points. I eat most of my points in the evening, which is what a lot of intermittent fasting people do. They eat the majority of their food in the evening, but they're not like off the rails. They don't not eat for a period of time and then here's my eating window and I'm eating whatever I want. You know what I mean? So I'm not like off the rails eating. I'm still trying to eat within my points in my eating window. So, right, Kara? Food is always on my mind too. I recently realized that I am obsessed with meal planning. It's like fun. It's so much fun. So much fun. I actually referred everyone to my Facebook group because I was doing some excellent meal planning. Oh, Teresa, you do 24? Wow. And it works for you. You know what? And I have to tell you that once you start doing that fasting period, your body gets used to it and you're not hungry anyway. So I don't know. It works for me. It works for a lot of people. I don't. It also does a lot of things. Intermittent fasting does a lot of things chemically inside your body with human growth hormone. Things that I don't necessarily understand, but I know that it works for me because it takes the whole eating thing out of my brain for a while, so that I don't have to think about it as much. So 35 pounds since December, Teresa. Wow. Danielle, you do a 16.8. I'm usually like a 17.7. So you dread meal planning? You need to find a way to make it fun. Whoever said that, you have to do, I'm sorry, it disappeared before I read your name. But whoever said that you dread meal planning and you need to find a way to make it fun, ask me ask me in the comments. Oh, I have been terrible about comments. Or you can email me, but ask me for the Weight Watchers meal planning PDF, and I will take you. Oh, you're taking a shot for your growth hormone? Interesting. Whoever said that about the meal planning, ask me for the Weight Watchers meal plan. It's a PDF, and I actually type into it and I usually do this at work, I type into it exactly what I'm eating for the week. And I plan it out like to the letter. The 0 points foods and freestyle. Um, the maintenance is not having you gain. That is awesome. Michelle, yes, Michelle. Ask me by email or in the comments. If you ask me by email or if you're on my Facebook group, ask me by messenger. Those are the fastest ways to get a hold of me because my comments are like blown up right now. But if you ask me by email, having unread email irritates me so bad, and having unread Facebook Messenger posts bother me so bad. You want to have a live meeting about meal planning? That would be fun. That would be really fun, and just everybody like share their tips and stuff. That would be cool because I find I'm like totally into meal planning all of a sudden. Oh, good job, Teresa. Everybody's like, good job, Teresa, and that is a great idea, Bobby. Oh, Michelle, please ask to join my Facebook group because I think there's been a lot of great discussion there. So you want to do a live meeting about meal planning and fasting, the intermittent fasting, but probably not in the same live? Is that what you're saying? Okay. When's a good time then? Because if we're doing, our Sunday's usually a good time for you. I can tell you that I'm going to be unavailable for the next 2 weeks. I've got something going on that I probably won't even be able to do videos for. But Sundays work for you guys? The good daughter. Kara, we're almost there. We have to do that. We're at 66 minutes and we still have to take an entire full minute to vote for the book because there is a tie. So, but wait. So if we were to do like if I was to do a weekly Sunday live discussion, would you guys participate? That's my question. Okay? So, we are now doing monthly live book club discussions. Okay, I'm saying yes, yes. If I was to do a weekly live discussion on a different topic, we broke the tie. You guys would tune in for that? You guys would do that? That's awesome. And Sundays at this time work? Okay. All right. I can tell you that the next 2 Sundays, I will not. The tie has been broken behind closed doors. What is it? It is behind closed doors? You guys would participate. You guys are so awesome, and we could have like a different topic like every week. Um, I could announce maybe like midweek what the topic is so that you guys can start thinking about suggestions. You guys are awesome. What a great idea, Bobby. Thank you so much. Okay, I mean, I don't think we will really need like any materials for it. Let's just have a discussion on different topics, a live discussion, so that we can talk back and forth. I know I've been really not able to get to comments lately. It's because I haven't been at work, so that's when I usually read my comments. And I feel like this live is a better way for us to connect right now so that we can actually talk back and forth together. So I wouldn't be able to do the next 2 Sundays. It looks like it is behind closed doors. I wouldn't be able to do the next 2 Sundays, but after that we could start a regular 10 o'clock Pacific time live discussion. And the last one of the month has to be the book club though. Okay. All right. You guys are so awesome. I'm so glad that you guys are hanging in with me during this tough month. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm going to give, we're 68 minutes into this, and I'm going to tell you the tie. Okay, if anyone has read good books or articles, tell us in the live shows regarding meals plan. Exactly. Very excited. Okay. So what I'll do is when I'm ready to start the weekly live discussions, I will midweek, hopefully by Wednesday, let you guys know either in my daily vlog or separately what the topic will be. Hi, Barbara. Is it easier for you guys to, if I just did a separate video saying this is what our topic will be on Sunday? Or is it easier for me to just mention it in my regular daily videos? Because I don't know if you guys all watch those. Can I just mention it in my daily videos what the topic will be for Sunday? Or do I need to do a separate video saying what the topic will be for Sunday? Just mention it in my videos? Okay. Because you guys all watch my regular videos? Yeah, it's easier. It's easier. Oh, Joyce says separate. Okay. So what I can do, whatever works for me. You guys are awesome. So what I'll do, because I know a lot of maybe sometimes you guys get behind on watching the daily videos. So what I'll do, yes, I'm in YouTube. Hi, Barbara. So what I'll do, oh, you're so sweet. You watch all the videos. Put it in the title of one of my videos. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to find an icon which says something like live. I'll try to find an icon that I'll use for the thumbnail that says live, and then I'll let you guys know what the discussion is in that title so that you know. Probably by Wednesday. So not the next 2 weeks, but the Sunday after that, we'll start that. That sounds like so much fun. And the first one I'm going to tell you will be about meal planning. Okay? So that's the first one. And then the second one, we'll talk about intermittent fasting. Okay? So we already have 2 topics. And then probably by then, it will be time for the next book club. I'm excited, you guys. That will be fun because I really like, it feels like I'm talking to myself out here, but I know that I'm talking to 27 of you right now. So that is so awesome. I feel like that would be so much fun. Bobby, you're a genius. Bobby gets the credit, all the credit for that, for a weekly live discussion. Okay, so you guys are awesome, Keisha. I wish I could be at your book club, honestly. You guys sound like so much fun. See, Bobby, you get all the credit. Okay, so we're 71 minutes in, and I want to take a full minute for us to break the tie for the book that we're going to read for July, okay? So the tie is Between Closed Doors by B.A. Paris and The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter, okay? So it is, so tell me either doors or daughter, behind closed doors or The Good Daughter. You have 1 minute and go. You guys are awesome. New Jersey. I would love to go. Doors, doors, daughter, doors, daughter, 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 doors. Now we're 4 and 4. Doors, doors, 6, doors, 7. Wait, Virginia, you're saying the same one. Okay, doors, doors. You can only vote once, guys, in 1 minute. We have 25 seconds left. We are at 14 for behind closed doors. Now we're at 15 for doors and 4 for the good daughter. 15 doors. Cheaters. I know that was okay. We'll take away 1 for Virginia because she said it at least twice. Okay, now we're at 15 for behind closed doors. Or no, 10, sorry. 10, right, for behind closed doors. There's another one for behind closed doors. Now we're at 16 or 11. You guys. I didn't catch you for a while though. I really think it's behind closed doors. Okay. And doors. Okay. So time is up. So it looks like we're going to read Behind Closed Doors, which I'm super excited because I really, really wanted to read that like the first time that it was suggested. So the book club selection for July is officially Behind Closed Doors. Yay! I'm super excited. I will it better be good. Bobby's like, fine. Oh, I have 20% battery. It better be good. It better be good. I think it'll be good. I'm super excited just to finish this book, which I now forgot, The House Swap. I really want to finish The House Swap because you guys have totally intrigued me. I can never not finish a book anyway, right? Are you guys like that too? Right? Any new book is a good book. The author on Behind Closed Doors is B. A. Paris. Like Paris, the country. Behind Closed Doors, B.A. Paris. I'm super excited, you guys. I should probably sign off. 2 books a month would be awesome, but I couldn't even finish this 1 book this month. And yet last month and the month before, I read the book twice. So your jaw dropped when you got to the plot twist. I can't wait. I seriously can't wait. It's like the weather can't decide if it's going to be warm or cold, but I wish I could hang out with you guys all day. You are so much fun. I'm going to finish it. I'm totally going to finish it first, and then I'm going to go to Behind Closed Doors because I'm super excited about that. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for watching me every day. Like I said, I do have a 2-week intermission coming up, so unfortunately I won't be able to post, but things will be well and good. And then after that, we are going to start doing a weekly Sunday live discussion. I'm so excited. The rest of the day today, I might get my hair done, which is, you guys, I have like gray in my hair. I'm so disappointed by the way my hair came out last time because I want it blonde. So thank you, Bobby. I will. So I might get my hair done today. I really just want to spend today doing something with Eddie. You're going shopping, Barbara? What is everybody else doing today? It's a beautiful day out. I kind of want to go to the zoo. Oh, I totally want to go absolutely blonde again, and it has to be done like either today. I think Eddie's scheduled an appointment for me today or sometime in the next couple weeks. So going blonde. You have church later in the day, Mima? That's interesting. Hi, Terry. I won't say a word. Shh. I love you guys. I can't wait till we chat again too. Oh, you guys are going to the pool with a new book. That sounds awesome. The beach in a movie. That sounds awesome too. Thank you. I love being blonde too. I miss it so, so much. I love this book club so much. You guys are awesome. I think that the regular weekly live discussions will be so much fun too. So thank you for talking me into that. You're going to New Orleans next week? That'll be challenging, but fun. That sounds super fun. I'm so glad you talked me into it, Bobby. I gotta go too. You guys are working outside in your garden. All right, so we'll call it quits. I'm actually gonna try to figure out. You're going to Chicago. That sounds fun. Oh, I'm always happy that you guys are a part of this. My neighbor is like leaving in his car, if that's what you're hearing right now. My neighbor probably thinks I'm nuts, like out here talking to myself. Hi, Jerry. But I'm actually going to figure out how to close this down properly. So, bye, guys. Yeah, have a great 4th of July. I will see you guys hopefully in a few more videos before I take my next couple. Oh, you're crocheting. How fun. I'll see you guys in a few more videos before I take my 2-week intermission, and then we will start up our regular Sunday live chats. Yay. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you so much for the discussion. It was super good. So bye, everyone. Have a great Sunday.